Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
Okay. Now,
I just needed an equipment adjustment, that's all.
well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
So you did hit it off the toe.
Yeah.
9 degrees up, 2,000 spin.
Yeah.
So that carried 300, folks. 300-yard carry, this man right here.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here with daughter Savannah, and we got a wonderful announcement to make. We're all smiles today.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll. We're now a certified, we just signed our agreement with Golf Channel Academy. So you're going to see a whole bunch of new signage on our websites, on our walls, and on our buildings this summer. So we are now a certified Golf Channel Academy. And what better video to start with than with a driver?
Everybody wants to hit the driver.
Everybody wants to hit the big dog, right? So this is all about how to bomb that driver accurately.
Yes.
And man, you know, you stay with a few of these guidelines and you're going to do fantastic stuff. We obviously have a lot of fine tuning with the driver on our premium channel. That's where we get a little bit more personalized with your tendencies. But these are the ironclad fundamentals that you have to have if you're going to benefit from the driver. And right out of the gate, if you look at Rory, they had that nice pop-up. You know, I like those new pop-up sessions that they have with some of the pros on Golf Pass. And they did a nice pop-up session with Rory with the driver. And he talked about how when he's driving for accuracy, he has a positive angle of attack of about 3 degrees. But then he said, when I want to launch one, my angle of attack goes up to 7 degrees.
Right.
And that's our pocket.
Yeah.
And that's where we like to be on a regular basis because we like to launch it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be, you know, if you're able to launch it, then you got to use it, right? You really enjoy what you got with that driver. So right out of the gate, the distance between you and the ball is going to change a little bit with the driver, right?
Yep.
So if you were to do a little bit of down the line perpetual motion swings here, Sav. So swing back and through without stopping, and go ahead and put your club on the line in the air that you would normally see it on.
Right.
So if you do that perpetual motion, where's the club passing right now? Right, so notice where your hands are in relation to your body. So you guys can see that. Now, do the same thing with a wedge. Let it cut the grass in both directions. Good, set your club on that line. How much closer do you feel your hands are?
Much closer.
Much closer. So notice, you know, and that's where a lot of people go, a fist away from the body.
People say that?
Yeah. Sorry, Sav. She's a little late into the game. She hasn't been subjected to all the stuff that many of us have been subjected to. Thank goodness, because your head would pop off.
Yeah.
So did you notice that the distance between your hands and the club really changed? And so that obviously is going to change the swing plane.
Yeah.
So as you swing the club back and through without stopping, back to the driver, you'll notice that the hands and arms are getting pulled away from the body.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look how much that stretches out. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. So it's passing right there. So go ahead and set up to that. Now for many of you, and this has really helped improve so many of our players, do you like to keep it on the ground when you play with the driver?
Yes.
You like to feel that club drag away, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that you do amazingly well. So watch as Savannah sets up to this. Now, you'll notice that her driver isn't set up all the way to the golf ball. You notice that the driver head is pretty centered in her feet. And look at stay there please. Look at the tilt that she has here. She's getting ready to catch the ball on the way up. So from the tailbone to the back of your head, you feel like you've got this wonderful axis of rotation. And you're in a position right now where you feel like you're going to catch the tip of the tee on the way up.
Yeah.
So do your perpetual motion right next to the ball. Observe the blur of the club as she does that. The next most important part of knowing what to do is to sense and see where the bottom of the arc is. And that's massively important. So if we were to take a ball and a string here and notice where the bottom of that arc is, you can see the white blur. So right now it feels like I'd be able to catch the tip of the tee on the way up, right? So when you get set up with your driver and you do that perpetual motion right next to the ball, do you feel that the bottom of the arc is in a place where you're going to be able to clip the tip of the tee on the way up?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see you hit one. You got your direction?
Yep.
And you got how you're going to go in that direction. Good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was nice.
What was your carry?
That says 244.
Beautiful. So that's your stock driver, and we're still waiting for our wonderful fitting.
Yeah.
So you look at your angle of attack here. Were you trying to hit fade or draw?
Draw.
Draw. So you can see it was a little bit from the outside, but look at that. You're 6 degrees up on the ball. A nice launch of 16 degrees, about 2,700, right in the center of that face. And that's where that extra loft is giving you a little bit more spin than we wanted, right?
Yeah.
And look at that very, very straight ball. So that's right down the middle. And for, you know, you look at it, you got 100 miles per hour club head speed.
I could get that up.
That was, yeah. So how would you bring that up?
More velocity.
And how would you develop more velocity? A lot of
Let it-
people want to know, right?
Kind of let it pause at the top a bit.
Yeah.
Not like a pause, but
But you're going to get ready to gather more range of motion.
yes,
So it's like if you wanted to throw that thing,
bigger turn.
yeah, so show me a throw where you just throwing it like 30 yards down the range there, just a soft throw. Okay, so now show me a throw where you're going to throw it much further than that. Exactly. So if you want to go farther, feel like you're going to throw the club farther. So have a look at our video entitled Throwing the Club, Shawn Clement, and Throwing the Club Straight.
Yeah.
So you've got your direction.
Yeah.
Let's see you throw it a little further without the expense of strain. There we go.
Yeah. That was 257 carry.
All right. So there's 278. That's stretching it out a little bit more. And that was a little bit on the toe still.
Yeah.
Right? So one of the things that we've been working together with is getting the right distance between you and the ball. And so notice the path is still a little bit from the outside. Club speed's at 101, but look at that, 6.8 up, 2,100 spin, because it was a little high and in the toe. And that's where you got a little bit more draw because of it.
Yeah.
But the carry now is 260 for a 280-yard drive, and for a person of your stature, that's very, very, very good. So we have a direction, so we always use a nice intermediate point for the direction that we want to send it on. And we need to know where the low point is so we can catch it on the way up and in the direction that you want to send it on.
Yeah.
So what is your focus when you're standing over the ball?
Where I want it to go.
Yes. So the direction that you want to deliver is on the left edge of that intermediate point. And if you change that in any way, that's where you're going to pay the price.
Especially on the golf course, because I feel like people are so worried about like trying to hit the fairway that they just like forget about everything else, and then you can't hit the fairway
because they're steering it.
Yeah.
That's one thing that you can't do with this club.
No.
Is steer it.
You gotta just let it go.
You have to let it go.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is to, you know, throw the club or whip the club and let it track.
Yeah.
So it's like that ball on a string. So that big tin can that you have here at the end of that shaft is like a ball.
Yeah.
The shaft in the arms is like a string. And what we're trying to do is we're allowing that to track around the center of our body. The center of the arm swing is right there between your clavicles.
Yeah.
So when you set up, do you feel that that low point is behind the ball? So you notice the center of her clavicles right here is right where her club head is, and it looks like you're going to catch it on the way up.
Yeah.
So when you stay in the direction that you want the ball to go on, go ahead and set up. Go to the top of your backswing and stop. Show me in slow motion on the downswing how you're going to stay with the left edge. Exactly. So notice your head, you know, and for a lot of you, the head wants to move forward toward the ball. And as your head moves forward, now you're in a position to go underneath it.
Yeah.
So for so many of you who have a negative angle of attack, it's only because you're going after the ball and not staying in the direction and the height that you want to hit it on. So the last secret to this is, you notice we have a diamond-shaped target, right? The one that you hit thousands of balls into. So what height do you want to send it on? So right at the bottom of that diamond-shaped target is where you want to send it. So if you're hitting in a netted area, very important to pick the height that you want to send that on. When we're on the driving range in the summertime in our academy, where there's a nice tree line in the back of the range, and we're looking for either 2 or 3 times the height of that tree line, depending on the height that we want to send it on. So choosing the height that you're going to hit that driver on is huge for you to stay in that tilt.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that when you actually stay with your picture, everything else takes care of itself.
Yes.
Because otherwise you can't get there.
Exactly.
But I feel like people think, oh no, it can't be that easy. But it is.
All right. So just to elaborate a little bit on what we did, where'd you put that wonderful board of mine? Did you put it in the back there? Okay. So if you were hammering straight down on something, let's say right there. So notice how your body's nice and level. Where are we going in golf?
That way.
All right. So basically we'd be hammering like this. So notice as soon as she got the hammer in that position, that's why she's got a strong grip, because that's where the alignment of your forearms are going to be. And notice how the lead shoulder is now, give me that. There we go. So notice how the lead shoulder is much higher than the trail shoulder. Where are we going in golf? We're hammering in the direction of the target. So notice the angle I have this on. So it's like you're hammering slightly upwards with the driver.
Yep.
If you were hitting the irons, it'd be back here. You'd be hitting down and through.
Yep.
Fairway woods, you'd be flat out.
Yeah.
And then driver on the way up.
Yeah.
Looks great, doesn't it? Wouldn't that was perfect demonstration, wasn't it? Now, one of the things I want to key you in on is the difference between my setup and Savannah's setup, where I have a tendency to hover the club. I want to hover the club off the ground and feel like I'm already in my arc. So you notice as I'm swinging back and through, I can see the blur. It's bottoming out here, but I don't want it to bottom out in the ground. And then from there, it's going to catch the tip of the tee on the way up. So Savannah will set up, and she likes to put the club on the ground, and you'll hear the sole of the club drag off the ground as she takes it back. That's really important. So many of you, you're letting the club stay on the ground. You face the ball. Now you're in a great position to go under the ball. So for all of you who do pop flies, all you got to do is face the ball for that. And then you pick the club straight up in the air because you're trying to hit down on the ball. You're trying to hit the golf ball itself. We need to catch the ball on the way up. So we start from center position, find the center of your feet, and then face that. So my whole body is facing the club. My eyes are on the tip of the tee. It feels like I'm going to catch the tip of the tee on the way up now. So I need to stay with that flavor throughout the swing. So I'm constantly feeling that I'm going to catch the ball on the way up, and that's what's going to give me that proper angle of attack, nut the ball in the center of the face, and because I'm staying with my direction, I'm going to be accurate as well. So I'm going to do a little draw swing here on the way up and over that intermediate point. There it is. Ooh, that felt pretty good. There's 310 yards down the center of the fairway. So if we look at what transpired there, so you can see my club speed on that is 113 and carry 285, 308 total, just slightly from the inside. Face was just a hair close to that path, gave me just a smidgen, and I caught it just a hair off center toward the heel. I felt that, and there's my angle of attack, 8 degrees up. Nice launch angle because I'm basically at 7 degrees loft on my club, and there's, you know, a nice spin of 2,400 RPM. So I'm maximizing every ounce of that 113 club speed, just like Savannah maximizes every ounce of her 102 to 105 club speed. You guys make sure you stay to the end of this video because you're going to see Munashe hit the ball. This is only his second year.
Right.
You're going to see a gorgeous 300+ yard draw. And we're in the middle of our little session here having a good time. And what we just did, just to catch you up, is you were hitting a lot of them off the heel.
Yeah.
And the face was wide open.
Yeah, I had to adjust that.
So we got the face under control and we got your ball contact under control.
Yeah.
And how we did that is extremely important. So you're going to have to stay tuned to the end of this round. See you in a bit. That's it. There we go. Nice. You get it easily. You don't have to swing hard. So 3 out of 10 for effort.
Okay.
So when you release to the left edge of that intermediate point, does it feel like you're going to hit it off the toe?
Now it does.
Stay with the left edge of the intermediate point. Did you hit it off the toe? Now, when I say stay with the left edge of the intermediate point, what does that mean to you? Place it there?
That's the problem.
Or release it there?
I think it's placed. I've been placing it.
That's right. So we're going left edge, but we're releasing to the left edge. So you remember the feel of that release?
Yeah. It's like,
All right. So it doesn't matter how closed you have it at address. You can see that you can really open it like crazy. You look at the, that was open by 11 degrees. Right? Better contact though. Notice you're in the center of the face now.
slowly.
So for you to hit the center of the face, you got to predict that you're going to hit it off the toe when you release it in the direction you want to start it.
Okay.
So that immediately improved your contact with the club face.
Right.
Now we just have to let it release. Okay? Good. Awesome stuff, man. Love this guy. There, huh? That nice snap?
That's what I
Good. So when you let it snap to the left edge of the intermediate point, does it feel like you're going to hit it off the toe?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, better. Less slice.
Yeah.
Less slice. Let's see you do one more.
Okay.
So path was from the inside, very slightly from the inside, still 13 degrees open.
So close a bit more.
Okay, yeah. Let's see it again. 115 club speed though. That'll work. Good. That was nicely released.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That felt better.
Oh, I think we may have it. It'll be close.
Pretty close.
All right, 280.
Yeah.
Then, so contact was toe. Fantastic.
There, that's where we want.
7 degrees up, a little off the toe from the inside. Face was 13 degrees closed that time. All right.
So keep it like
Yeah, let's keep that nice. Did you feel a better snap on that?
Yeah, I did feel a snap.
Good. Here.
Make it more effortless.
Try this one.
Okay. Oh, so I can see the blur?
Yes. Notice I put a nice little tape on there so we see where the center of that face is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
Okay. Now,
I just needed an equipment adjustment, that's all.
well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
So you did hit it off the toe.
Yeah.
9 degrees up, 2,000 spin.
Yeah.
So that carried 300, folks. 300-yard carry, this man right here.
Yeah.
But I want to show you that this is the TPT shaft.
Okay.
That changed the whole feel of it, right? So this TPT shaft is, you know, we found a wonderful home for it.
Yeah, can I keep it?
Yeah, I think
Can I borrow it?
I'll talk to the main guy.
Yeah,
Let's see. I got some good connections around here.
All right, thank you.
Dude,
This is awesome.
how about that?
I just felt that was going to work today.
Huh? Wasn't that great?
Yeah.
So having a little bit of a marker on the face just to see where the blur is, number one.
Yeah.
So number two, now you notice when his, here, take that. When he took his position, I know many of you are wondering why his setup looks so strange. He looks very tilted, doesn't he? Well, yeah, so if you were hammering a nail down, it would look like this. But if you were going to hammer it that way, slightly upwards, wouldn't it look like this? So that's where you see Moo get into a position where he can hammer that way. And man, did he freaking hammer that, right? Look at the speed on that. 115 mile per hour club speed, and that was a toe carry 300 yards. Yeah. 315 total.
Right.
So I'm not going to let you hit first anymore.
Okay.
Because I'll be swinging out of my shoes trying to follow that action. So we hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for next week where we're syncing arm swing versus body turn. Mm-hmm. And the one after that's going to be amazing too. We're going to talk about, you know, the big buzzwords out there in the golf teaching industry right now is turning through the ball or clearing the hips. Yeah. And we're going to show you how much hip turn is the right amount to clear. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be extremely important for you guys so you don't overdo it or underdo it. You know exactly how to do it. So until then, what do they need to do? They need to subscribe. Yep. Don't want to miss that.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Please do. Give us a question.
Yep. Let us know what you want to see.
Yeah. Give us a couple of suggestions as to what you want to see from a golf, golf channel academy. And you need to ring that notification bell so that when we do release our next video, you'll get it in your inbox, right? Mm-hmm. All the best.